Yes, people, what is going on? Your champions are here. That's right, people. The champions of the constructors in Formula One. Look at the big grin. Look at the smiles on our faces. And shout out to Mahad, my co-host. We're here, brother. We finally done it. What is happening, man?
26 years of hurt, man. Over.
26 years, bro. That's a long time.
I don't think people are understanding how momentous this occasion is.
Oh,
like
it's
how
huge.
this is the start of something. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be downplayed. I know people like to talk about, oh yeah, the drivers' championship stuff like that. That's fine. Obviously, that's what sells. That's what sells tickets. That's what the neutral fans care about. Whatever. This means something, man. This means something. I don't think people understand that. We are the best team on the grid.
Say that again, please. Say that again, please.
We are the best team on the grid. We've got the rubber stamp of approval. If a person tries to tell you we're not, just show them the Constructors trophy.
Show it to them. Show it to them. Bro, I have had the biggest grin since Sunday afternoon, man. And I watched the race like after. So I had waited because obviously I had to cover the football. And then after that, mate, I came home and then I watched the whole thing. And I said, yo, man, my boy's actually done it. Like I was emotional, to say the least. I was emotional.
I watched that in an Uber on my phone.
In an Uber.
Just how much emotions I went through, bro. And my battery was 10%. I don't have a charger. And my battery died on lap 57 or 58.
No.
I was so rattled, bro. I had to just once I got to my hotel, I was like, let me check in.
What are you talking
upstairs,
about?
Bro. I was like, please, man. I turned the TV on. I was like, thank God nothing happened in that one lap.
That's crazy. No.
I was watching the laps count down. I was like, oh my God. I'll tell you guys the emotions I went through, but it wasn't straightforward, I'll tell you that. That race was not straightforward.
No, it definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't. But guys, this is your moment. McLaren fans all over the world who've watched us since the birth of this podcast. Like you said, innit? I don't think people understand how monumental this is. Because correct me if I'm wrong, at the start of the season, we were saying, you know what, P2, and that felt like a long shot. P2 would be great. P2 would be great.
You said P1, bro.
I threw a P1 in there, but
you threw a P1 in there.
There was more heart. There was more heart than head with that one, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, bro. Let me get in the comment section because look, guys, this is your time.
Shouts to everyone. All of you,
have
family,
tried.
We love you.
We have been here. We tried and tested. When did we start? 2022.
2022, beginning of the 2022 season.
Which was, by the way, was a dire year for McLaren. It was dire.
Horrific.
The beginning of 2023, Lord have mercy. It was horrific. Adam Heddle says, look, may not be here for the start of the stream, but quick message to say we all deserve this Constructors. I don't think you understand, Adam, what you're saying there. Lando was flawless on Sunday. Same with the pit crew under immense pressure. A long wait, but we got it. By the way, the pit crew.
Shouts to the pit crew,
man.
Shouts to Baz, one of the pit crew members. He follows us on Twitter. We follow each other. Flames. Do you know that pit stop is the best pit stop? We talk about the world record one. That was the best pit stop ever.
It's definitely
considering the pressure, considering the situation at hand. Yeah, that pit stop couldn't even be like a tenth slower than it was. That was out. That's game changer. I think people are underplaying it. That was one of the most important pit stops in McLaren history.
It was outrageous, as you said. It was
2 seconds, just bang,
straight in. Champions, ole, ole, ole. Yes, man. Flipping out.
Oracle, did you see that, mate? Oracle, did you see that, mate?
Ole, ole, ole. Oh, God, guys, this is our friggin' moment, man. This is our day. Today is the celebration day. I don't want to talk about, I'm not here to do analysis. I'm not here to ask the questions. What do we think about this? The strategy. I'm not here to talk about none of that today. I am here to celebrate with every McLaren fan that is worldwide.
Yeah.
We are here to celebrate. But what I will say,
the globe.
What I will say is, because we'll get to Lando Norris, because what he did was nothing short of phenomenal. by the way.
Yep.
I didn't see him on TV. He wasn't on my screen. He wasn't on my screen. And you know what that means? if you're in first place and I'd never see you, off you go. You're in the sunset. You're doing your thing. You're doing the damn thing. But you see Oscar Piastri turn one. Guys.
My head was on the moon.
No, guys. I literally stood up and I said, oh, for flip's sake, Max Verstappen. That's exactly what I did. Literally I stood up and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be frigging kidding me. How is this happening to Oscar? You know that them ones from P2. We saw Oscar go through this sort of stuff, right? When he was languishing in P6 and 7s and 8s and 9s, where you can get caught in that sandwich, you can get caught in the mix. But in P2, he's getting caught in this mix. And I said, nah, do you know what? I'm sick to death of this.
do you know what it is, yeah? Do you know? So ever since Singapore, yeah, we've said, can we have a straightforward race, please?
That's all we want.
For the love of God, we've not had a straightforward race. And sometimes it's not even in our control. It's external factors, yeah? What the hell is going on? We lock out the front row. Thank God. Qualifying Saturday. God. Beautiful.
Bang.
When we talk about execution, perfect execution of a qualifying. You know what I mean? And we're on track to have the perfect weekend, yeah. And immediately in turn one, something that's out of anybody's control, yeah. Apart from a certain world champion, decides to just claw Oscar and just say fuck it. Yeah, I'm like, brother, why are you getting involved? Why are you getting involved? If you want the position, Oscar, give him the position. It's fine. We don't care. We got bigger fish to fry right now. Why are you hitting this guy,
brother? In the grid walk, Martin Brindle's grid walk, yeah, he chats to Horner, and he says to Horner, like, you know, you're gonna get involved in the Ferrari McLaren. He says, nah, you know what? It's not our battle. That's not our fight. We're not gonna get involved in that. Literally, like he literally said it pre-race, like on the grid walk. We're talking minutes before the start. And when I see that, I'm just like, Max, you know, Oscar says after the race that, you know, he apologized, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But like, bro, I was seething, man, because we were at the back.
Do you know what? Yeah. I had like a that's so Raven moment. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know Hulkenberg had a penalty in it. So I saw the starting grid and I was like, why the fuck is Verstappen there? I thought Verstappen was fifth. I said, Verstappen is directly behind Oscar, yeah? I foresaw that this guy's going to do something.
Yeah.
Because if Hulkenberg was there, we're all right. We're all Gucci.
Yeah.
If it was Hulkenberg and Sainz, I was worried about Sainz. I was thinking, the day before, after qualifying, I was thinking, oh, yeah, maybe Sainz is going to try and do a thing into turn one, right? Oh, Verstappen can't do anything. He's 2 rows behind us, yeah? All of a sudden, he's directly behind Oscar. And then I foresaw it. I said, no way. And the thing is, yeah, do you know, put salt in the wounds, yeah? Tell me why Max just pirouettes and just carries on driving.
Exactly the same question I asked myself.
We're lost.
We're lost, but he just pirouettes. I said, nah, do you know what?
We're the victim.
I'm so done. I was like, I am so frigging done. And you know, in the meantime, what's Charles Leclerc done? He's only gained 11 positions from the start, bro, from P19.
This guy just I didn't even know how it happened. I just saw his name coming up the chart like that. I was like, brother, please give me at least 10 laps of doing that, bro. Give me 10 laps.
My head was hot, man. My head was hot because it's one thing Oscar having his issue. Yeah. It's another thing Oscar having an issue and then Leclerc is gaining. And if you said to me, bro, before the race started, if you said to me that Ferrari are going to finish 2-3, guys, I'd be bricking it because there's no guarantee Lando. Yeah, exactly. It was the worst. It was the absolute worst. And yet, thank God Lando had a clean race. It was clean. He was gone. I didn't see him. I'm going to have to watch the race back just to watch it from his cam because I didn't see him at all, except from the start and the end.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? That's his best drive.
Oh yeah. Why? So,
do you know why?
All things considered,
or definitely is his best win. Do you know why? That's a lights the flag mature drive.
Yeah.
When I don't see
no shenanigans.
No shenanigans. Didn't ever give up position. Was always first.
Yeah.
Didn't even look like someone's going to take him up.
No,
just gone, right?
gone.
To the only element of risk was when we pitted, and even that was executed. And from that point, he just took it on. I don't think people understand. People will say, and even if it was out, let's say that happened in the middle of the season, right? Which is, oh yeah, Lando, great drive, whatever. He had a quick car, he executed, well done, right? But you have to understand the context of the scenario. His teammate is not there. He's in no man's land.
No man's land.
Of no fault of his own, right?
Mm.
You've got the hopes and dreams of every single McLaren fan out there, the 1,000 people that work in the factory, right? You've got everybody's hopes and dreams on your shoulder for you not to fuck up. No lockups.
Yeah.
No missed apexes, none of that. You've got that
Track
much pressure.
limits, nothing.
You've got the hopes and dreams of thousands of people on your shoulders, yeah? And he delivered.
Absolutely.
And that's why that's his best drive.
Absolutely, he delivered. And you know, you're right. When you consider the stakes, how high they are, how high they were, you know, and I'm sure even just the nerves, man. Like, I think somebody spoke to him, I think on the grid walk as well, and just said, look, you're going to bring it home? And he goes, yeah. Man, just, yeah, I'm bringing it home. Like, there was nothing to decipher here, no negotiation.
Peter, what do we always say? I always said this, yeah? And we've spotted this season. Whenever Lando makes a mistake or error, what does he do the very next session?
Kill.
So he made a mistake last week with the lift or whatever in Qatar.
Yeah.
The very next session, the very next G Grand Prix, he said last week, I'm gonna make up for it, guys. Don't worry. What did he do?
He made up for it. He did more than make up for it.
This is the man of his word.
Oh yeah. He is. My God.
He said he's gonna fix up in qualifying last year. What's he done now? 8 poles. 8 Grand Prix poles. Are you taking a piss?
Brother, we are the frigging Constructors champions.
This is the personification of perseverance, bro.
It is, because we sat there.
No matter whatever happens from this point on, he's in McLaren history now. He is.
There's no debate. There's no debating about that now. Look at how far.
If he retired tomorrow, he's in the history book. He's in the
conversation. He's in the conversation for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? If he's not at the table, he's serving at the table. He's there.
100%.
We will find him there. Bro, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe we're the Constructors champions.
It don't feel real.
It doesn't feel real. It's the first time since 1998. Like, oh my God. Like, I've
lived the whole journey from that point.
No, guys, you'd all deserve this one because we sat and lived through it. No matter what time you became a McLaren fan, you watched some hot mess. You've seen some hot mess. You know what I mean? We go back to, you know, Spygate when we got hit with a fine that we're still feeling the ashes of it now, right? We're still feeling the burnt marks from it now. We've had to go through we're watching Vettel win 4 titles in a row. We're watching Ferrari win the Constructors when we get sort of taken out of the banned from the table. We then watched GP2 engine. You know what I'm saying? When Lewis left us, and then we had Magnussen and Button in that chrome.
P9 in the Constructors twice, not once, twice.
Do you know what P9 in the Constructors is, guys? Do you lot know what that is?
That is Sauber Williams levels.
Sauber Williams, you know them ones. Like, we have gone through it, man. We have gone through it. Even in the last couple of recent years, we've watched a car that we've just said, "What? Who made this car? Where's this from?" And we've seen people, we've seen the pieces come into play, we've seen the personnel, we've seen the facilities, we've seen the technology, the drivers. I mean, the drivers we've always had are good anyway, you know, bar here and there, maybe 1 or 2 mishap. We've always had decent drivers, but the car finally arrived. Andrea Stella, Zach Brown, you know what I'm saying? These guys, man, every single one of them, you know, every single one of them. I can't, you know, I've run out of superlatives for them. Like, they have absolutely transformed this thing. And I was watching a video from the race the other day, or like yesterday, I think it was, where they spoke about, you know, McLaren not winning the Constructors proves like a former F1 boss wrong. So I thought, oh, let me have a butchers of this. Eric Boulier, bro, he got the boot in that video. He got the absolute big boot in that video where he was saying, unless you're the works team for the engine, you cannot win constructors championships. And we're sat here today acting like the works team for Mercedes, not the customer, not the frigging customer, guys. This is a works team. Where did Mercedes finish in the constructors? Were they third or fourth? Fourth. So the works team for our engine finished fourth. Not even like second or third, fourth. And we beat a works Mercedes, we beat a works Ferrari, we beat a works Red Bull, whatever their thing is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's mad. It's mad.
In the hybrid era, yeah? In the hybrid engine era, in 2014, yeah? Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, that's it. No Ferrari there. That man made their own engines. You hear they're screaming turbo. They ain't got a constructor's title.
Oh, that's naughty. That's naughty.
Era. And understand that Mercedes has the majority of them. Yeah? Mercedes has the majority of them. Red Bull's only got 2. They didn't get one in 21. They got 22, 23. We got 1 already.
We got 1. And there's 1 more year of these regulations to go.
1 more year. Let's just wrap it up. Like, we proved that, look, you can be a customer and win, man. This wasn't a fluke thing. This was comprehensive.
It was comprehensive.
If we're correlating it, comparing it to Mercedes, it was comprehensive.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, I know to Ferrari went on the last day and he went down to like 20 points, whatever. But all I could hear today and yesterday was where Ferrari flopped in winning the constructors. But I'm sure we've got episodes on this podcast where we sat there and said, fam, like we just need to tighten the screw here, tighten the screw there, because there was one thing after another. We were going through weekends where it was one thing after another that was messing up our flow. Whether we were talking about Oscar, whether we were talking about Lando mistakes, or whether we were talking about, strategy, we're talking about, we were constantly, as much as we were such a good car, there were so many obstacles we had to overcome. It weren't plain sailing.
We had such strong form from like Miami up until Singapore, right?
Yeah,
It was guaranteed. We're leaving with a podium. We're leaving with something. We're leaving with a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even a 1-2 in there, and then from after Singapore to now, it's just been something goes wrong with one of the drivers at least, right? And to still have the momentum and the courage and the drive to like just say, okay, we're gonna come back better. Don't worry, it's another weekend. It's another weekend. It's another weekend. And this is where Ferrari was picking up their points, right? But do you know what? Yeah, there's moments within that, right?
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning, just before Singapore, that run between Zandvoort and Singapore, that's what won us the constructors. Drives like Singapore and Zandvoort, drives like Baku. Do you know how much we poured Baku is for us winning?
Oscar's win was it was so key, man.
And that's why I don't want anybody downplaying anybody's role within this. And this is a team effort. This is a team game, right? And everybody had their moments within that. The team. I know there's people out there that will just try to say, "Oh yeah, strategy this," or it was this mishap, or why we're not good in a straight line, blah blah blah. But they delivered the car.
Yeah,
the car is insane. The car is an insane car, right? That we're getting cheating allegations. It's beautiful.
It's
when
lovely.
I see cheating allegation, I'll say, "Thank God." Right? He's got to lose in their mind.
You did something right.
That was only used for 2 races. Who gives that? Right?
You're doing something
pushing
right.
the envelope, right? And every single person stepped up. They had their moments and they did it, and they delivered. And this is why it means more, man. This one means more. You have to understand, like we did bar 2007 when we got robbed.
We got robbed there.
Yeah, right. Bar 2007. We were even near constructors. We didn't have a sniff.
No. No. We haven't sniffed.
we could talk about the period of 2010 to 2012. We had Lewis Hamilton and Jenson Button and stuff like that. We didn't do it though.
No.
Arguably we're now entering a better period than that. Than Vodafone times.
Oh, because of what? Because it was one championship from like as in one drivers, and that was it.
Yeah, we've only had this car. We only had the car for a year and a half, and we already got a championship.
It's true. It's true. Oh my god!
In another highly competitive era.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, for sure. That's for damn sure. Guys,
this is why it means more. The fact that, do you know what, low-key, I kind of like it that Ferrari had hope.
Well, so much hope because with what happened to Oscar as well. Never mind 21 points.
Exactly.
Why did you like it? Just so you can inject.
Just because it's like, oh, they got close, but no cigar.
No cigar.
No cigar. And do you know what? You know who threw the cigar in the bin? Threw it in the pool? Lando Norris did.
We're gonna take that cigar and put it away, man. Put it away. Guys, this is your championship, man. Look at the people, man. The people are just commenting. This is a day to be happy. Don't get me wrong. It almost felt like we should have done a stream straight after the race. It was that crazy. But,
I know.
Guys, what a season.
I was too elated. I was on a different planet.
I genuinely couldn't believe it. I just genuinely couldn't believe we've done it.
I was just like a McLaren staff member yesterday.
You talk about pressure, yeah. Like Lando had to go through, bro. These man done a live recording, like a live stream themselves. McLaren in Woking. Did you see?
Yeah, that's crazy,
mate. I was like, yo, McLaren, you've pulled out all the stops here.
Low key, yeah. I would be offended that I wasn't invited. That we wasn't invited.
First of all, yeah, but McLaren.
If they put me on a Summer Jam screen like that, I would be rattled. Don't put me in those environments. Because I would have lost my mind.
I said, all I could think of was Zach Brown. As soon as I saw them pan over to the guys in Woking and then they're watching it like in a cinema, like it was like cinema settings for them, and I was like, no, this is not what we want to do. Let's take our win clean and let's get the hell out of here. But I tell you what, when like they were confident, man. The boys were confident. The boys and girls in the McLaren team were so confident about this weekend. And it was just like, you know what? Let's just get our job done. And really and truly, it was all for Ferrari. That Ferrari had to do the work, and they were close, as you said, but no cigar. Let's get into these comments. Henry says, "So glad they managed to clinch the Constructors. Probably should have won it earlier, but hey, it happens. It is a shame that when Oscar seems to have a setback in a race, he struggles to recover." What's your thoughts on that?
He recovered, man. He had a 10-second penalty with his head top.
The thing is, though, yeah, that's that, and I guess that maybe that's what Henry's alluding
and that's on
to.
him, though.
That's what probably Henry's alluding to. He's like, look, he has bad luck, okay, fine, but then he's like, then he goes and does what is it, 10 seconds? I mean, I just sat there like, I was just like, come on, like, what are we doing? Why? We don't need this today, Oscar. We don't need this today. You know, so yeah, I mean, look, we got there.
But even then, the race was over. He won't finish in top 5.
Oh no, he wasn't. No way. Absolutely not. And big up Oscar Piastri because big up Oscar Piastri, and I tell you why, because we remember when we had Danny Ricciardo, and it was almost like a man who wasn't pulling his weight. And as much as Oscar's had a lot of situations where we look at and we say, you know what, Oscar, you need to pull your pants up, kind of thing. You need to kind of, you know, there's some things that we just need you to be a lot closer to Lando than where you are, things of that nature. But the guy has got sprint wins. He's got a sprint qualies. He's got qualies. He's got race wins. Sorry, do you know what I'm saying? Like, he has put in his work. He's put in his shift. You know what I'm saying? He's very much a part of this Constructors Championship. You know, as not obviously the same as, but as well as Lando Norris. We have to give Oscar frigging credit because this guy has done a phenomenal job. Like, I absolutely love Oscar
Formula
Piastri.
1. He's in some random situation. He's in a he's in the most crazy situation. He didn't expect to be in this situation.
No.
Neither did the team, neither did Lando. And he wasn't completely nowhere.
Yeah, he was absolutely
there when we needed him.
When we needed him, he was there. And he still finished above Carlos Sainz in the Drivers' Championship. You know.
Yeah.
Like just. It was like 2 points,
Yeah.
but just
Oh my God.
nonetheless.
Heart and
But
mouth, man.
just nonetheless. You know what I mean? And we were clear of the Mercedes, clear of
This is
Sergio
okay.
Perez.
But this is what I'm saying. We could talk about, oh, the team is doing better here. You can clearly see that the team's still raw in a lot of areas, and we're just learning on the go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
learning on the job.
absolutely.
The team's a way better team than if I go back to, let's say, Australia to now. The team's a better team all round in all aspects.
Yeah,
Driver,
yeah,
strategy, every single thing, pit crew, every single thing they're learning right now is
yeah,
for the future end. Because we said at the beginning, we said in those situations, like the mentality was midfield. We said, remember, Silverstone, like,
yeah, yeah.
do we understand who we're racing here? Like, the mentality was just like, oh, let's just try to escape with something
No,
rather than going for it, right?
a
But
thousand
hopefully,
percent.
this is like the shot. This is the boost. This is the like the boost for these guys to have the self confidence to say, okay, let's be the leaders of this. Let people work strategy around us, stop
Around us,
us.
yeah,
Let us lead
absolutely.
the development war. Let's lead forward and let those guys chase us up for us. This is a raw version of McLaren, right? Now we've got 1 year under our belt. We're a problem now, man.
We
We're a
are, man.
problem now.
We are. Can I? Can I?
You don't give these lot confidence, man. They've already
Well,
got confidence in their upgrades. Don't give them confidence in other areas.
we know you
This is
got the
what the other
sponsors on
team need to
deck.
know about.
You know, we know you got everything else on deck. We know you got everything else on deck. Do you know them ones? Do you know what? Can I? Let me ask you this question because I want to see if you've clocked this same thing that I've clocked this weekend. What does Lando Norris's drive? Who does Lando Norris's drive remind you of in Abu Dhabi?
Do you know what it reminds me of? Yeah, it reminds me of the times when, and a lot of people are going to be like, "This is blasphemy," whatever. I don't care if it's blasphemy or not. Yeah, do you
Let's
remember
hear
the
it.
times when we wasn't good in 2009? Like, or even in like, not even say it's not even, actually, just 2009 to 2012. Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a certain period of time. Yeah, where I felt if Lewis Hamilton's in the lead, he's winning this race.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
need to worry.
yeah. And then the car just pack up.
And the car will pack up.
Yeah,
But forget about that. But
but yeah,
there were certain scenarios, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, no,
2011,
of course,
2009.
yeah, yeah.
There were certain races in the year, yeah,
When
where
he was locked in,
when he's just locked in. Even some of them years, like 2011, he wasn't locked in the whole year. But there were
yeah,
certain
yeah.
times where if he was in the lead, he's gone.
I'm blaming Nicole Scherzinger, by the way, on that. But that's another
Yeah,
pod for another day. But carry on. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, when
So
he's locked, he's locked.
I felt the comfort of like, okay, Hamilton's in the lead, that's good, right? Norris is in the lead and nobody's near him. He's left. With Norris now, yeah, if he's leading in turn one, I ain't worried.
You ain't worried.
I
You
ain't
ain't
worried
worried.
no more. Do you know
You
why
ain't
I'm
worried
not
about
worried? Yeah,
nor the gap
because
either.
you tell me a scenario this year if when Lando's in the lead of a race, right, where somebody's caught him up.
I
Tell me
don't.
right now.
I don't know.
Tell me where somebody's caught him when he's first and overtook him on track.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
So there's a certain level of confidence, and like we said this before. We said like, when Vettel back in the day, yeah, there's certain times there. If Vettel got poles, game over.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, 1000%.
Remember that in that time, Red Bull 2010 to
Yeah,
2013,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
If
Myth,
Seb got pole, it's Jover.
myth, myth.
I think Lando soon is gonna get to that point. Then like, do not get this guy pole.
Mm. If you do not give Lando the pole, because if you do, and it's
And
turn one and he's clean, he's off.
and
Turn
this
one,
is
turn
where
two.
the level of comfort is gonna be. Because if it's like that next year, where if he gets a pole position and it's pretty much a guarantee he's going to win the race, then I don't need to worry about this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's de facto. That's what you call a team leader, right?
Oh,
That
1000%. Yeah.
he's ready to deliver home. This guy had like we said earlier on, the weight of the whole McLaren organization on his shoulders, right? And he delivered, right? Because it's all about. We can talk about. Oh yeah, he had a great car. Blah 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 blah. Pit stop did well. Whatever. he still has to deliver on that.
He has to do it. Yeah, he has to get there and do it. You know, you still got to perform and put the best foot forward. Absolutely.
And for me, like, even though I was nervous about, like, I was watching the laps countdown or whatever, I was like, this Sainz ain't catching this guy. There's no way.
Yeah.
I had that in the back of my mind. I said, there's absolutely no way Sainz is catching this guy. Even if there was a safety car, you have to do a safety car restart, he's not catching it.
The only thing with the race, I thought, by the way, I'll say this. The only thing that made me feel like nervous in terms of like in the race itself is because Abu Dhabi is traumatic for many of us, right? So yes. Anything can go wrong. Now, we may not have a Latifi on circuit anymore, and it may not be. I don't think there's any driver that's left. Maybe Sargent was the only one that was left beforehand. That was like Latifi-like, you know, where something could just randomly happen. Although some of the crashes, like, was it K-Mag on Bottas? It was just wild. It was just wild what happened there. But yeah, that was the only thing that would have got me nervous. But what this drive reminded me of, yeah, and it leads us into next season. Max Verstappen's Abu Dhabi win in 2020. That's what this reminded me of. And it reminded me of, like, look, this is the statement of, because everybody was so fixated about us winning the Constructors, you know, today, on the Sunday race, yeah? And what I saw was not just about today. It was about today and what's next season. Because the drive was flawless. The quality was flawless. And and that's the thing, like, everybody's got their mind on that, and that's fine. But I hope to God somebody in McLaren is saying, let's just say we lose the Constructors today, right? Yeah. What is our car saying pre-2025? Because we are ready to get going. And Verstappen, when he won the race in 2020, there was nothing in it for him other than next year. He says, by the way, guys, I don't know if you lot have seen my win today, but that's not the last of it. There is more to come next season. So you lot better buckle up if you haven't got your ideas sorted out. And I genuinely think we walk into 2025, yeah? Here's what I think, bro. Lando Norris is the favorite to win the championship next season.
Is that what you're saying?
Lando Norris is the favorite to win the title next season.
I think if we have a car at this level of performance relative to everybody else, 100%.
Say that again, sorry?
I said if we have a car that's the same performance relative to others that it was this season to next season, in terms of being the best all-round car, whatever, I would say he's the favorite, yeah. And the reason why I'll say he's the favorite is because, and this is just for McLaren in general.
Sure.
We have to go into the all cylinders, all guns blazing immediately,
mate.
Do you know? I watched it. I read a chart, where it was like they split the season into three, innit? And they did a table for each three, for each portion, each third of the season, right? Yeah. And then the second portion, guess who scored the most points? McLaren. The third portion, guess who scored the most points? McLaren, right? The first third of the season, we stunk. Not good.
The joint
that had nothing to do. That had nothing to do with the drivers. That had nothing to do with anything like that. Man. It was quite literally the car was not ready. They literally was driving a 2023 car in 2024 until Miami.
What was
that
it like?
Situation can't happen again.
I'd say it was like 8x8 races then, because those first 8 races. I mean, the first 5. Were we here? Did we arrive to the circuit?
At the time, we didn't realize it because we were just like, oh, thank God we got a good car now in Miami, right?
Yeah.
But do you know how detrimental it is not to come early in the races and just not have a car?
Yeah.
And be outscored by Mercedes, be outscored by Ferrari, be outscored by Red Bull, and then them not just gaining a lead on us.
Yeah, Stella said it.
We're just playing catch up. This is people don't look at people just look at the last race. People just look at the last couple of races and look at the concept of that. We absolutely was not good.
We weren't great. We were not great at all.
Relative to the other, we were not a front running team.
No, we weren't.
That scenario.
We weren't.
So the fact that, and I hope so, that they come into 2025 all guns blazing immediately.
Yeah.
With a car that's ready to go. And we can do a whole 24 season campaign. without having that behind our back, our hands back, one hand behind our back. And Lando goes into it with the confidence of like, you just said 2020. Max sent a warning shot. People don't remember. People are like, people tried to say, oh, Lewis COVID tax or whatever. Bro, that was a warning shot. He's like, he beat you on pure pace.
I'm telling you,
and
man.
You're a W11. And you got dunked on pure pace.
Yeah, the W11.
It's a warning shot, right?
That was a warning shot, man.
And you have to understand, you know, qualifying, we'll speak about qualifying now. He was very, 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 very comfortable. That's a very, very, very comfortable pole. In the weekend where we thought that we wouldn't be that good. And
you know
again, we spoke about it last week. We said, yo, if they bring that Brazil wing look crazy in this race.
Mate,
and sprint quality.
As soon as I saw
we could have downforce and straight line speed.
Yeah, facts. As soon as I saw Oscar get that P2, I said, right, it's a wrap. So there we go. Because we don't know what kind of mood Oscar's in. We don't know what kind of form he's kind of in. So if he's got P2, it's a wrap. We're done. That Rafa Benitez, glasses on, her glasses off. Thank you very much. And away we go. Because we were, it was so good. It was so freaking good. I can't express how happy I am about this entire season, the way it's folded out.
I will say this. That was our best weekend execution-wise. Tell me something that we did wrong. Everything that was within our control, we did it perfectly.
Yeah, perfectly.
Perfect practice sessions, perfect qualifying.
Yeah.
Perfect race bar what happened with Oscar, which was kind of out of his control. If that never happened with Max, I think we won through that race.
Bro, we just hit 50 views at the moment, by the way. 50 people watching the stream.
Shout out to every single one of you.
Shout out to all of you guys.
Subscribe.
Please.
Well, listen,
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We're gonna do a review of the whole season properly. Next week, you know what I mean?
Do that next week. Absolutely.
Right now, we're just celebrating our partner.
Today's celebration.
I think people need to understand the kind of momentous level. What you've witnessed is history, guys. It doesn't matter if you're like an old McLaren fan or a new McLaren fan or anything like that. Yeah,
it don't
what
matter.
you witnessed was history. You're part of it now. We talk about different. Look, 70s were all good, 80s were all good, 90s were all good in portions in the early 90s and late 90s. 2000s were competitive. We were there. We won a championship. Since that point, we've not been good. So this is the new generation of McLaren now, man. This is moving forward now, bro. So if you've been only watching since the bad times, or even if you've only been watching 2022, 2023, 2024, you're part of witnessing a new chapter in our history.
Mate, I've got flashbacks of Alonso in the McLaren, mate. In the second skill. You got to dodge them, boy. Because they love me. They love me when I'm when I'm in Africa, boy. They love me. But you know, I've got flashes of Alonso just putting the car in the pits to say, I'm not driving anymore. I'm not driving this anymore. Just let's end the race. Like,
man pretended that something wrong with the car. There was something wrong with the car.
It's still vivid. It's still vivid. Do you remember when Alonso used to sit out on a wherever, I can't remember where it was. I think it might have been on the deck chair with just taking in the sun rays.
Cooked, man. Guys, man was doing IndyCar and that. We were cooked, man.
He was doing other series, bro. Like we have gone through it. And even when we began this podcast, like what this car was, because we ain't got to go too far back. The Danny Ricciardo, Lando Norris partnership, guys. It was brutal. It was brutal. Somebody put in the comment section, thank you, Alpine. I tell you what, Alpine, thank you very much. When I see it, I'll put it up. But yeah, thank you, Alpine, for dropping that ball. That is Oscar Piastri. They dropped the frigging ball, mate. They frigging dropped the ball.
They absolutely got cooked.
And yeah, look at them. You know,
I think about it now. I don't even know who we would have signed.
I think we would have just stuck with it, innit?
I think they would have just seen the contract up.
We would have just stuck with it.
A contract,
to be fair.
A contract that ran out. So it was 2021, 2022, 2020. So it would have finished end of last year.
What
then we would have to look for a driver for this year. Imagine how disruptive that would have been.
Yeah, exactly. There it is, Federico. We thank you, Alpine, because you've had a stinker with that one.
Thank God.
You had a stinker with that one.
Talking about a driver that's 2 years into his career and he's contributing to a world championship.
Yeah. Shout out to Steph, man. Says 2024 was my first year of watching F1 from start to finish, and I enjoyed it very much. Thank you guys for your insights every race weekend. Much appreciated, and can't wait for 2025. Steph, it's been a pleasure having you comment in the comment section, because
you saw history this year.
You saw it, man. You did in your first year, your first full year.
You saw what the real McLaren is.
I mean, yeah, it's 2024 says Jean Cartier's start is way better than 2023, because in start of 2023 Bahrain got a lot of gremlins. Yeah, I mean 2023 was horrific.
2023, beginning of 2023, I don't think people understand. Yeah, beginning of 2023 is worse than 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022 combined. That's how bad it was. How bad it was.
So bad.
That was like when we were P9 in Constructors, Honda days. That's the level of how bad we was.
I remember Carlos. You know what I'm saying? When the McLaren used to have a bit of blue at the back, like it's just, those are just memories. Those are just traumatic memories, man. Like
that 2022 car made me sick.
I remember when Zach Brown came in, and I thought, is he really serious? Is this the man? Like, is this the guy we can rely on?
He's the man.
But he's the friggin' man. Drea, listen, man. I feel like this constructor is for her. I just feel like this constructor is yours. This is yours, man. Zach already. Oh my god, yeah. And saw it live and all. Zach already said we have things in development for next year's car, and they're not going conservative. Should that worry us? I don't think so.
I think they should push the envelope. They might as well. Who cares? While mosquitoes are biting me. Our whole 2026 is kind of in the hands of Mercedes anyway. So
True.
We can't really do the whole, let's focus on 2026. Let's do something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or wait on that and put all our chips in that basket. You might as well go grab for it now, man.
Yeah.
If we can get a back-to-back Constructors and a driver's title in the bag in that period of time, we're eating, man. No matter what happens in 2026.
Absolutely. Rosa says, look, you win in Abu Dhabi, you win the championship next year. But
that's been the history, isn't it?
You see it happen. Definitely see it happen. Shout out to Dion. What's going on, man? Yes. We need to hit 2025 running on all cylinders. First of all, Dion, congratulations, huh? Let's celebrate this time. This is
celebrate.
You've seen this many times before, but let's celebrate, because it's few and far between of recent.
Exactly.
But Dion goes on to say we need to hit 2025 running on all cylinders, just like you said, Mahad, earlier. Not beginning the season like we did this year. The World Drivers' Championship was won in those first 7 races. Yeah, facts. Max built such a lead, no one was going to catch him. Since those 7 races, Max won how many races after that? 2? 3?
He won Brazil.
He won Qatar.
He won 9 races, isn't it?
So he won 9 races in total. So you imagine
Qatar, like we should be winning Qatar.
Qatar were disappointed.
Brazil, shout out to global warming, man. We got cooked because it rained.
Yeah,
would have won that one as well.
Shout out to Chris. Congratulations,
hope you
boys.
Enjoyed the fireworks. Hope you enjoyed it. You was there. Hold that, man.
Yeah. Drea says, "Look, without
they've gone missing.
Are they hiding? Are they in mourning?
They'll chat to me crazy,
bro. My Italian friend, not one word came out of his mouth about the F1. I was waiting for it. We were together all day yesterday. Not one word was mentioned. Not one word. Then at 5 to 5 before I left the office, I showed him the kiwi. You know what I mean? I showed him the little swish. I said, what are you telling me though? What's going on, huh? Wait, what's going on? He goes, I'll see you tomorrow. Did I see him today? Nope.
Depression. What they're gonna say? They're gonna say what they've always said. What they've always said. This is the post Michael Schumacher era. Next year is our year.
We'll wait for that. Ryan says we finished P5 if we still had Danny. Way to go, Oscar, Lando, and McLaren. That is why we are the best team.
Okay, let's talk about this point, this last point. No matter what anybody tells you right now, McLaren is the best team in Formula
1. We're number one.
They can say, "Oh, but you bottled this race, you bottled that race." Da, 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 da. That don't matter because you could just tell them, "We've got the best engineers. We built the best car." Isn't this what a Constructors is about?
Yeah, exactly. We are the best team.
Therefore, we built a better car than your team.
And
what is your team doing in the lab? Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes. What were they doing in the lab? What are they doing with their wind tunnels? Tell me what they're doing. They did not build a faster car than us.
They didn't.
And even in certain circumstances where we didn't have the fastest car, guess what? We still got results.
We collected points. Do you remember?
Therefore, we are the best team in Formula 1.
We were on the podcast, Mahad, saying like, you know what? At the end of the day, we still collected a whole amount of points. I remember saying stuff like this. At least we got double points finish, or we got 2 cars in the top 6. It was stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And that was a bad day. That was a bad day. Look at us. Who do we think we are, bro? Getting upset on such weekends. We collected these points, mate. At the end of the day, like we are the best team. And Z says here, look, I wore my McLaren hoodie in 35 degrees weather. I did not care. Let me tell you something. I have worn McLaren hoodies, guys, this season. I have been wearing and tearing, mate.
Rain or shine.
Come rain or shine, boy. I'll be on the train, 100%. And it's packed, rammed. I said, listen, this ain't coming off. You know what I'm saying? This ain't coming off. Z says, hiring Andrea Stella, what a decision. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody said to thank Ron Dennis. Jean Cartier says, thank Ron Dennis for bringing him in. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Thank you to Danny Rick for taking that payout. You're damn right. Oh, man. Oscar, Lando, the trackside team, the factory team, all 1,000 plus people, they all needed to be there and were. Not perfect, but never give up. These guys, they deserve everything, mate. Everything. 100%. We are the Constructors champions, people. We are the Constructors champions.
We are by very definition the best team.
Shout out to Stefan Williams. Says, look, I've been a McLaren fan since 98. This Constructors title means absolutely everything. I totally hear you, bro. Stefan, this is my second Constructors championship since being a McLaren fan. Do you know what I mean? I hear you, Stefan. It means everything. That's why I'm still like, oh my God, like we actually friggin' did it. Like, how is that actually happening? It
means more, man.
TSJ awesome. I wasn't going to leave you out there. Champions. Say it again, man. Say it again.
TSJ awesome. You've been there from day one.
You've been there from day one? You know what I'm saying? You've been there from day one. Who's saying those Mercedes engines are cooking? They are.
We need
Listen, we'll take it. We'll take it. The hashtag Instella we trust. Guys, we were the ones that began this. We're the ones that we began this movement.
Don't forget.
And we said this in the mire, in the dire times. Bro, we were in the mud.
I like what this man is saying.
Because he was talking right. Right. And then here we are, man. From the days, remember the McLaren Honda, the McLaren Renault? We've come a long way, man. Where's Amon? I saw you as well.
Stella's been there. Stella's been there, 20-15 times? Come on, man. He was there in the mud.
He was in the mud. You know them people at work.
Shout out to Peter Padromo as well. These people were
Padromo, of course.
These are people that were literally in the organization. The only person that kind of stepped in that in terms of this technical changes is Rob Marshall. Shout out to Rob Marshall. Yeah, but everybody else, this is resources from within, man. This is the same people from way back.
Bro, these are the people who are sitting in, like them people who are like coordinators at work, yeah? They're not quite managers yet, but they know that if they ever get that chance, they know exactly what they're changing. They ain't saying nothing now. But when they get that position...
was sitting on the side or like...
yeah, waiting for that. Sitting on the Boulier side, they were waiting for that moment. They were waiting for that moment. And it came. And it came, man. Last couple. Shout out to Magic Mike. What's going on, brother? I've been a massive McLaren fan forever, since like 2023. Listen,
Listen, it don't
2023.
matter. It doesn't. One
You
thing I'll
still
say
joined in
about
the
this
mile.
channel, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
No.
matter if you started in 23 or 1963. We're gonna respect you the same way. You're part of the family.
Guys, we let's leave it on this one. This is funny. Because if we're going to celebrate McLaren, let's celebrate McLaren. But as Jean Cartier says here, Ferrari crew tried to bait the McLaren pit stop crew. It didn't work. Did you see it,
Them man
bro?
were having a cup of tea. They tried to come out and say, "Oh, we're gonna pit Sainz." Our pit crew was having a cup of tea. They weren't moving. They weren't moving.
They had to try something Ferrari. You know what I mean? Oh, poor Ferrari. You know, they had to do something. But man, at the end of the day, man. As Drea says, Lando had the weight of 1,000 people on his shoulder. You are right, Mahad. He was absolutely perfect. Not even one track limit strike.
We're in a race where everybody's getting track limit violations.
Yeah, Z says the same thing. No track limits. Literal perfect race from him. Guys, it was a great day. I
hope you all remember it. This is the kind of stuff that you tell your grandkids about.
Yeah. Bear in mind, the last one was 98. Alex says that's the most pressure he's had in a single race ever. Arguably the most as a pressure as every other race, bar Miami combined. So all the other races bar Miami, and he looked like he had dealt with this kind of pressure for a decade. He was phenomenal.
What pressure? Flawless. What pressure in Miami?
What pressure?
He ducked that. He checked that.
You know, most important. You know, most important and best performance of Norris's career.
100%.
Drea says turn one was fitting our season. It was fitting for our season. Let's be honest. I didn't want to believe it. I was so furious and scared too. And especially with Charles already in P8, I was for flip's sake.
My head was in the moon.
I was spitting.
I don't want this cab driver to think I'm nuts.
I was
losing my mind.
You know, shout out to Mew Stappen. What's going on? Hope you're good and well.
Shout out to you, legend. I know you follow us on Twitter. We follow each other. You're part of the family. Welcome.
Absolutely. You guys have been phenomenal, man. This has been yours. This has been yours. We're just celebrating you all, man. We're just celebrating you. Next week, as you say, we're gonna dissect it a bit and sort of talk about the actual season as a whole, man. You know, talk about our favorite moments. Talk about what moments to forget. We'll talk about the favorite race. You guys
do the calculations. We're gonna do the calculations. We're gonna go through all the calculations of all the ratings that we've done for pit crew strategy. We got
to do a ratings now, do we? Because I guess it's part of the race.
We need to finalize it.
Let me see. Shout out to Haley,
guys.
Haley says it still feels so surreal. I have to say, after Oscar's spin, I was stressed watching the whole race. Absolutely, you were indeed. Yo, this name again. I remember this guy. This is hilarious. Pick up the Bulgarian crew. He says, "We are the champions. Looking forward to next season. Cheers." From Bulgaria. I mean, yeah, it's
all over the world.
Is Mahad at the Bahrain party? Listen, if he is, he hasn't told me. He hasn't told me.
I'm trying to fight. I'm fighting mosquitoes.
Yeah, man.
Right now.
Science 20. Amon says Science 2019 Brazil podium. That was the moment I thought, yeah, I picked the right team to love. Them ones, yeah. That post Brazilian podium, where man celebrating on his own. Was it that year?
That meant the world to me, man.
Was it that year? Was that 18? Was that 20? Sorry.
2019. That was our first podium in what?
It was 19.
No, less than 7 years.
Yeah. It was 19.
Oh my god! What imagine a podium made me feel like he was on top of the world. A podium.
Yeah.
Remember how you felt when we won Monza 21?
Bro, Monza 21, 1-2 in Ferrari's homeland. Oh my god!
And now we won a championship in a track that was a Ferrari track.
Got the Ferrari world in the background. We beat Ferrari, who did a 2-3. Thank you very much.
God, Lord.
Ryan P says this.
Before we say anything, did you see how happy Andrea Stella was? I don't know how much he drank.
When he the hands raised,
I've never seen this guy so excited in my entire life.
He was absolutely licked. He was gone. Andrea Stella, he deserves it, man. You drink your champs,
man. He deserves it, man.
You drink your champs.
All the credit.
Absolutely. Ryan P says, love this channel because it's all about McLaren and we focus on just us, which is what is needed to keep the good times coming. We're trying to fill the market, man. We need to be, every McLaren fan in the world needs to know what this is.
There's a lot of hate on the internet. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of haters. I hate on McLaren. They hate on the drivers. We all we want to do is create a space, a healthy space for you guys, where you guys can talk and communicate and talk about your team and talk about your drivers. That's what we want. Right?
Absolutely.
There's no hate here. We're not going to be we're not going to be toxic here. We just want positivity. And look, we've reached the summit now. Let's build. This is the foundations of a dynasty. Let's keep going.
Indeed. Our Hungarian man, I think he said his name is Georgie. Shout out to Georgie. Says, I'm a McLaren fan since 91, been through a lot of bad and some good times, but I feel there will be good times in the future. Absolutely. Bonzo Can says, the team chose the best time to perform under such pressure. Lando, pit wall, mechanics, everyone. Oscar was unbelievably unlucky. McLaren doesn't do boring championships. No,
at all, man. That's one of the boring ones too. No, robbed of that.
Reincarnation, big up yourself. Thank you for joining us. To anyone pointing out fumbles in our operations, that just means we can get better. There's room for improvement. You know that there's room for improvement.
I want people to take a step back and think. Yeah, we won the constructors and we wasn't even perfect.
Thank you for
imagine we start to even improve. It's gonna be problems, man. Anything that these lot say is out of fear. It's out of fear. If we won the constructors and we weren't even perfect, and we had a driver in second in the championship and fourth in the championship, and they weren't even perfect, what's gonna happen when they improve?
Facts.
It's over.
It's over for everyone. Sarah says, big up Sarah Harris, just joined. I don't think I could have dealt with Twitter over the winter break if we lost the World Constructors Championship.
Oh, God.
Sarah, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about that. You can enjoy your Christmas. You can enjoy the new year. And we can get back to testing, winter testing next year. I cannot wait.
They ask us questions about what would happen if we never won. I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
Exactly.
Quickly, let's get into these ratings because I know you need to bounce. It's whatever o'clock it is over there. I want to. People are giving already. Listen, pit crew. Let's start things off. Come on, pit crew.
Pit crew 10 because that's the most in pressure situation I've ever seen for a pit crew.
10.
If you even if your one little wheel nut's locked up or whatever, like science takes the lead, it's over. Because 1-3 wins it for Ferrari.
Yeah, pit crew 10. Definitely.
Outrageous.
Get your comments in the comment section, guys. Strategist
10.
10.
What did they do wrong? They pitted at the right time. They did everything correctly.
They did.
They got the drivers out at the right time in qualifying. They did everything that they needed to do. They didn't crumble under pressure. They didn't pit for no reason. They didn't do anything that's outrageous.
Yeah, exactly.
And even the strategy coming into the weekend, they did the right thing.
Did the right thing. What about our drivers, man? Mr. Lando and Oscar.
Oscar, 10-second penalty. I'm going to give you a 7. You did a great recovery.
P2
no fault of your own. Qualified P2.
Where did he finish? Was it P4?
Finished P10.
Sorry, P10. Who's P4? It was Hamilton that was P4, sorry. Yeah, P10. Yeah, unfortunately, race. I'd say overall,
just can't clock a guy, man.
I'm gonna go 7 overall because to get P2 in quali, I think was very, very impressive. And then doing what you did was ridiculous. Lando Norris, this is a 10-star for me.
I'm sorry,
10-star.
Yeah, 10-star. This is although that's not going to affect his average when I do the calculations. It's the maximum result. It's a 10.
It's a 10.
This is his best race win so far. This is the best performance in the McLaren uniform so far. If he continues to have performances like that, we're going to absolutely cook.
Absolutely. The Oracles put if we're doing ratings, Norris 10, pit crew 10, strategy 10, Piastri 5. My predictions 10.
Piastri 5, so harsh.
Piastri 5 is ridiculous.
Your prediction is 10.
But your predictions? Flipping out. Ryan P. Lando 10, Oscar 7, just because he ran into Colapinto. McLaren strategy and pit 10, no doubt about it. He bumped it up to a 6.5. He's bumped it up to a 6.5. Or the Oracle. He's saying 11 out of 10 for Norris, 8 out of 10 for Piastri. Good recovery drive. 100 out of 10. That goes for everybody. That goes for everybody. Stefan says pit crew easy 10. Hussein pit crew 10. Ella, pit crew 10. Big up yourself, Ella, as well. Thank you for joining us.
Shout out to you.
Rosa says Lando 100 out of 10. Piastri 8 out of 10. Pit crew 1000, says Z. Drea, Lando 10. Pit crew 10. Strategy 9. Oscar 7. That's a little generous. Too many mistakes, but besides being unlucky, but we are champions, so I don't care. That makes two of us. That makes 3 of us. Ella says 10 for strategy. Georgie boy says 10 as well for the pit crew. 10 pit crew as well. 10 strategy, says Rosa. Guys, you lot, this is fire.
10. We haven't seen 10s like this ever.
We haven't seen 10s like this. You know what I mean? We haven't seen 10s like this. Z, Mustafin, reincarnation as well. The 10s are flying. Lando 10. Piastri says AS3 Archer says 7 for Piastri, 10 for everybody else. Absolutely. 10 for Lando, 7 for Oscar. You guys
10 for prize money. 10 for prize money.
10 for prize money. Yeah, do you know what I mean? 10 for prize money. Henry as well, saying Lando 10, Oscar 5. He locked up he locked up and rear-ended on a virtual safety car restart.
No, we won the constructors. Stay calm.
His point counts. He got a point at the end of the day.
He got a point. He's fought back and got a point. It counts.
You guys are phenomenal. Everyone gets a damn 10. We won the world title. Exactly, Bonzo Can.
Think about
it. Guys, on that note, we're going to leave it there. And we're going to be back next week dissecting the season, giving out the awards.
Love you all, guys.
Looking at all the ratings. You guys have been phenomenal. You guys get a million out of 10. I'm giving you lot a million out of 10 because you lot have been phenomenal. I cannot wait to see. We've waited for this moment. I'm very emotional for today because this is a moment we've all waited for. We knew what we were facing when we started this podcast, and now we are here saying world friggin' champions. This is for you lot. Everyone here at MFTV, we are here for you guys, and we dedicate that Constructors Championship to you guys because you lot have been phenomenal. Last words.
I'm emotional. I'm not gonna ugly cry in public. It's been amazing. We've got a great future, and I still can't believe it. It still hasn't sunk in, but we're going to go through it all properly next week.
You guys have been sensational. You guys have been absolutely sensational. We absolutely love you, and we'll be back next Tuesday. All right, talking all things McLaren, all things 2024 season. Until next time, guys, take care. We'll see you. Lights out. World champions. Peace.
World champions. Peace.